Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jasmina. Welcome to my channel, Jasmina from Jasmina Brazilic Astrology. And because it's Sagittarius season, because it's Sagittarius is all about the big picture, and we have Mercury, Sagittarius retrograde, and a new moon in Sagittarius tomorrow. I have two of my dearest astrology friends with me today to give you a flavor, a bigger picture, which is Sagittarius all about the next year. What can we, like a feeling of next year, what can we expect on a mundane and on a personal level? So before we start, I want to welcome Rod and Terry. Thank you very much for taking the time to be with me today here. I know you're busy and you have lots of on your plate, so thank you very much and welcome.
Oh, thank you for having us.
No problem. So before we start, I know both of you have degrees from the faculty, and you are you do conferences, you do talks, you research a bunch of stuff. But I want you to introduce yourself in a few sentences. Where you're coming from, what is your, why astrology for you, and what do you do? So Terry first, please introduce. I don't.
Okay, yeah.
You
So
might know
I mean,
Terry.
like,
You might know Terry from my previous collaborations and Rod, but just in case you're new here, yes, Terry, please.
okay. Hi, hi. This is Terry. I mean, it's like, yeah, that faculty. I don't have a full degree, but I have something from there. Anyway, so it's like the. I think I like the always the natal astrology and then the forecasting and everything. But I also like, for example, I'm studying horary at the moment with Sue
Mhm.
Ward. So I think it's a really a different dive into traditional astrology, which I didn't actually study during my studies at the faculty. And also I like the idea of decans that in a way connects us to the past, all those Egyptian times, and it brings us to this part. And also, since I read tarot, it's
Yeah.
also a nice combination of the tarot and astrology as well, all these 36 decans. I think that's all I'm doing. I mean, like, I'm also, it's like at the moment, I'm volunteering at the board of the Astrological Association, and I'm very happy and also proud to be people like Rod. They're all there, and to be able to, I mean, giving something to the community
Yeah.
in a way. So I think it's a nice volunteering job in the astrological community, and I think hopefully in 2025 I may start teaching and also give more talks. So that's the hope.
But yes, I mean, you are a Virgo, right? After all, so yeah. Thank you, Terry. Yes, I love your work, and I know you do also in Turkish and in English. So for everybody who is a Turkish origin or speaking, please check her channel. I'm going to put all the links for Rod and Terry in the description below, so you can check their work out. And Rod, welcome again. Last time we talked, it was about fixed stars. I know you're huge on fixed stars and mundane astrology. Tell us more. I know you do lots of stuff, but tell us quickly
Oh yes,
what are you doing?
it's like a Terry or many of the astrologer who particular in their own country. You have to do everything because you are not only just do the but in English word, yeah, I'm recognized by my study of a mundane astrology because I'm crazy about it. I'm sun in Aquarius, so that's kind of when every time there's a big event happen, I couldn't stop myself to look at the event chart and then
Mm,
to relate it to its original, maybe through the astrological or maybe through the event. And also, I'm crazy about the fixed stars. Not only in the mountain area, fixed star I think give me a kind of guidance
mm,
through actually spiritual and mind the area. I don't usually talk much about the spirit in my mountain talk, but we through the connection of fixed stars is always leading me to something little bit different area. So I enjoy that. And also, I study comet, and really wish people
mm.
really spend more time
Yeah.
on the different area because, especially, I have a dream to invite astrologer back to the sky to
Yes.
look at the sky, and that is really our connection. And when you speak to the
Ah.
sky, when you look at the sky, they have a feedback to you, and you learn more,
Mm.
you inspire more.
Yeah, beautiful. You gave me goosebumps. I really think, yeah, this is really the connection. This is what we're talking about because we're talking in symbols, right? But the real
Yes.
connections, the real energies, when you go outside and look, put your head up and see, what did your ancestors look at the same sky all these millions
Mm,
years ago, and now you feel connected with everybody, your past, your future. It's beautiful. Yes, amazing.
yeah.
Okay, so we have a big year coming up, lots of shifts. I know everybody's buzzing about it because the outer planets, which are Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, are changing signs in such a short period. Pluto already changed. He went to Aquarius on the November
Yeah.
19th for to stay in Aquarius, but we never had in history. I don't recall having this huge change of outer planets, and outer planets affect more the world itself, right? So before we go on a personal level, I want to give Rod a chance to explain. I know because we have this Pisces Aries connection, right, with many of them, right, with the nodes and Saturn and Neptune, and even Venus and Mercury are going to go retrograde from Pisces to Aries, which is very interesting, although
Yeah.
they are just personal planets. So, what is this energy between Pisces and Aries? What can this bring us? What is this for the world? Just in a few
Uh,
words.
just in a few words,
Yeah.
in a nutshell, that would be like a okay. That's starting from the Saturn in the Pisces. So
Yes.
we are. I think these years, for last 2 years, since Pluto moved into the Aquarius, and also we started experience of the Jupiter Saturn conjunction in the air sign for next 200
Mm.
years. So that is kind of a give us a hint that we are step into another time, another area of the world. That means for last 200 years we were materializing because Saturn Jupiter conjunction was always in the Earth side.
Mm.
Then we move to the air side. They have a very different energy. They have a very different character. Earth side, we want the material, we want security, we want the
Mm.
things that we can hold in our hand. But the air side is owing your mind and also between
Ah.
people. Always between people. So now we have the shifting between, like you say, the node shifting between the Pisces and the Aries. Now we have to think about between the collective, the Pisces area, the collective, and
Mm.
the individual. And this next year 2025 is between the transition. We are backward forward. No, doesn't matter Neptune or Uranus or Saturn. We are keep changing side. And at what moment is Pisces, another moment is Aries,
Yep.
and then go back to Pisces. So we are kind of a transition. So
Mhm.
this is give us a hint. Is about how about yourself. We see the word. So later, when Terry mentioned about a personal level, that would
Mhm.
be so interesting. How are we going to find the guideline?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, that is right. So we need to combine the collective and the personal. So Terry, what is your take on it?
I mean, like, yeah, it's important, of course. It's like in the end, even we are individuals, we are just affected by what is going around us. Even something is
Mm.
not happening personally to us, what is happening in the collective, whether we want it or not, we like it or not, at the end of the day, affect us. And I think I find it's really this interesting, as Rod mentioned, there is this shift between Aries, Pisces, but this nodal axis change, everything is going to, the more extrovert signs, and then it's like all these active signs, and then you see the air, and then it's the fire and everything going on. It's like energy boost, but all of a sudden nodal axis is going to more passive. They are
Mhm.
like they are going to cardinals, and then
Yeah.
these are moving to mutable, and then it's like earth, water. It's like calm down, okay, you move on. In the meantime, this, when you look at that kind of that life journey, it's like you are going from this place to the other place, and it's like you are getting more like actually spiritual in a way. I mean,
Mm,
like maybe
Yeah.
like in some of the parts you are active, you are just in the game, but in some sense, like when you are thinking about your maybe own self, and then what you can do with yourself and with the society, you are going to a
Mhm.
more spiritual level. And I think it can be in a way kind of balance as well, because Jupiter will also move into Cancer. It's a water sign, so in that sense I think that that's kind of a balance that will be
Balance is
coming through that, as well. Also, if you think that I'm in nodal axis, the Pisces, the north node, that would be one, at least it would be Jupiter, the correlars in at least modern astrology. Neptune, Aries, Pisces, going back and forth, and Jupiter will go into Cancer, and it will give all this maybe kind of soothing, much peaceful
Mhm.
and much emotional, and also that compassion that is coming through the Pisces. So it can be really interesting.
Yeah, I hear you. I feel that it needs to be balanced because we need to kind of prepare ourselves, because I feel with everything going into fire and air in 2026 onwards, it's going to be so fast, it's going to be so quick. We won't be able to follow what's going on. So I think this we need this year to prepare ourselves, and this Jupiter and nodes are gonna help us at all. That's true. I just want to say hi to Sandra, who's here. Hi, Sandra.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you for dropping by. Importance of the 0 degree Aries and the 29th. We always talk about 29 degrees and energetic degree, very powerful. It holds all the power of that sign in like a in one place, and then we're switching to 0 degree Aries, which is a world point. And we have the nodes, and I know I'm not a I don't understand it very well, but I know that the draconic astrology, draconic charts, they have everybody has nodal
North node,
north node in 0 degree Aries. So I think it's like a shift of maybe of the whole humanity in a way with this. I don't know what's happening. So tell me, what do you feel this is going to be? Because it's on a world point. It's not in any other sign 0 degree. It's in Aries. So Rod, what do you think?
Well, that would be kind of, I think, the 0 degree Aries as a how we define the season, how we change
Yes.
the season. So that's why we say they are energetic, and that usually is how we starting everything. So I think when the planet go to here, like a nodal axis, but nodal axis is back to Pisces.
Yeah.
But when we see the Saturn and the Neptune,
Yeah. Oh.
they're going to cross the border. They're going to cross the border. They give us a flavor about the new world, a new beginning. So I think people would. I really don't want to say people would get super excited, because that doesn't not 100% fit into Saturn's flavor. But we would be look interesting, but let us double check. May more like that feeling. It's like we are kind of, yes, it's new, but we are not sure about it. But there is a push forward energy, invite us, say, come here. But we say, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I agree. I do feel that maybe the way we govern, the way that we run the world, the way we see the world, like the way it's done now, I think really is going to reset on a global scale the way we kind of understand. As you mentioned, all these 200 years of Earth going to
Yeah.
air, maybe as a global community we might not worship houses, cars, clothes. Maybe we're going to worship some knowledge, some information.
Yeah.
I don't know. Very interesting. Terry, what is your take on a personal level? This Aries energy, 0 degree Aries. Are we ready? What do you feel?
for the Saturn and the Neptune, you are saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is that I think Saturn in Aries. I remember that I was writing an exam. I think it's not personal, so it's not about a person that we know or something. And I was thinking, because Saturn is supposed to be in that in actually, yeah, in fall in
Fall. Yeah.
Aries. So in that sense, I always think that like Saturn is like all the time, it's like a Aries is something like you try to put in leash, but it's impatient, it's energy,
Hmm.
it wants to go, and then Saturn is like trying to keep an
Hmm.
authority on it, like, yeah, put on the leash, yeah, don't go anywhere. No, I want to go. No, don't go anywhere. So it's actually it's in a way, it's really in a way strange. I mean, there is something that you might want to move forward, but there's something like try to stop you. No, it's not the thing. I mean, so there is a bit of, I think, a dilemma in that sense. I think when
Mm,
you think about the zero, and also I'm thinking also, like you say, 29 degrees, and the 0 degrees of Aries, and like 29 degrees of Pisces. And when I say about the decans, they're actually Mars ruled decans, Mars in
both of them.
Pisces to Mars in Aries, and that go back and forth. I mean, that kind of transition, because I remember you were making a talk maybe with Rod, I think, on Instagram, and you said that that's a spiritual warrior,
Yeah,
no?
yeah, 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 yeah. Mars
Fight
in
back.
Pisces. Yeah,
The Mars in Aries is like that's the fighter, the real
yeah,
fighter. But I mean, it's like
yeah.
there is this transition from maybe that more spiritual level to
Mhm.
more like fighting for things. And I think it can be interesting. Of course, if the things go south with Saturn, it can go interesting. But if it, I mean, like, can stay, and then it may have difficulty in expressing itself. But I think maybe that energy really needs to be leashed in a way. I
Okay,
think, I mean, like,
go ahead. What?
May
Yeah,
I
yeah.
add
Please
something?
do.
Yeah, say I agree with Terry. These Saturn, Neptune going to conjunct in 2026 as has a very
Mm,
important message there. And I like your take about that they can their
mm,
Decan ruler is both Mars. So they are in kind of kind of a same flavor. And I think one thing when you mention about the warrior, we talk about a spiritual warrior. What I mean doesn't mean really like a religion fighter, like a crusade or something, but we
mm,
are more talking about find our own inner strength, find our
yeah.
inner ability to face the uncertainty. Because it
Mm,
is very interesting. No matter who, I think most of people, maybe if people has a more fiery in their chart, more fiery planet in their chart, they are probably not totally afraid about the future.
yeah.
But for people like me, I totally lack of fire. I don't
Uh,
have any fire personal planet. So for future, I would like, oh, I'm scared. I'm scared.
uh,
So we have to find our inner courage and inner
mm,
warrior to face those uncertainties. One thing, and the second thing is that would be
mm,
a little bit of help. Let us focus, look on the June next year, 2025, because that will be the time when Saturn square Jupiter at 1 degree Aries and Cancer.
yeah.
So that will give us, because it's same
Yeah.
degree
And it's
as
a closing
Neptune.
square, right? Sorry, it's a
Yeah,
closing square from this. I mean, not the closing, but the third one from this series that
yeah,
we had for last
yeah.
year. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that degree is where Saturn and Neptune going to conjunct there. So that means Jupiter Saturn square give us a review, but a review by by the social
Mm.
event and something, and then we will know the bigger picture of the Saturn Neptune coming up in 2026. So we can learn from the mid of 2025.
That's interesting. Sandra says she has Sun and Moon in fire signs and she can't wait for this change. There you go. I'm also excited. I have a lot of air. I'm very excited as well for this, but I can be overly optimistic. They call me enthusiastic astrologer as well. Some of my
Why not?
friends,
Why
yeah.
not?
So I always look at the bright side. I'm thinking
exactly.
when Saturn is present with these big shifts, it kind of gives us focus, gives us some boundaries. It gives us. I think it's helping us. I like this Saturn Jupiter square going on for the whole year because it kind of gives us understanding that we need to be in touch with with where we are, not just in our minds. So but with this in Aries, I feel that maybe it will give us an opportunity. Maybe this lack of confidence will give us time to think before we act. So it if you spin it on a positive side, so maybe that's a good side, because with all this Aries energy, we just go without thinking, and it's like a brave heart. You always think about When I think about Aries, I think about the scene from The Braveheart when Mel Gibson goes and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
Aries
yeah.
for me. That's Aries for me. Just go and not thinking. So maybe Saturn will help us in that sense. Uh, Before we go to, again on a personal level, Rod, what do you think? I know that there's lots of wars in the world, and we were just talking about the fighting energy. I know it's in
Hmm.
us. We have to fight our own demons, but what do you think on a global level? Will we see the escalation of all this, especially with Uranus coming into Gemini as well? It's gonna it's gonna be new weapons maybe invented because I nobody's mentioning it, but So what do you think? Will be escalation or will we kind of reset and change, or it's gonna be? What do you think?
I guess the reset will happen after, because
Uh-huh.
I like what I think this is the idea. I borrowed from the great astrologer J. Lehman. Well, she's also very great in the mundane, and she's talking about reset. When every time you have a planet changing sign, a long period outer planet changing sign,
Mhm.
we have to find the reset point with the conjunction. So that Saturn Neptune is playing a reset for us when the Pluto moving into the Aquarius, and then the Neptune moving into Aries, Saturn moving into Aries, Uranus moving into Gemini. That we are waiting. Everything is a switch, but the reset beginning from 2026 with the
Okay.
Saturn Neptune conjunction. But let me give you a few flavor about the last time when the few things happening together. So first, if we review all the historical event when the Neptune in Aries and Pluto in Aquarius, that usually is the empire get expansion
Yeah.
quickly, and then they declared. So
Wow.
that was very quick. They expand very quick. That included the Ottoman Empire,
Yeah.
that included the East
Mhm.
Roman Empire. That also
Oh,
the British Empire was expand very quickly around the 19th century, around the 1860 something
okay.
that time, and the whole Europe go to Latin
Okay.
America.
But now I need to interrupt you. I need to ask you which
Yeah.
empire is going to expand now? That is the question. What do
Ooh.
you think?
Oh, I think at this moment we only see one empire has that potential.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
So
only
I
one
think
empire.
Asian empire. It's
The
coming.
Asian Empire, let me say that
Yeah.
the Asian Empire is blocked. There's one
Mm.
empire is full on at this moment. Is where you live, Jasmine. Where
Yeah,
very close
around
to
the
you.
Pacific
Yeah,
this part.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
that side of
Okay.
Atlantic. That I
Okay.
mean, I'm not going to predict that
Mm,
it's going to declare, but expand. First we will see, because
mm,
last time British Empire and the only
mm,
European, they went to Latin America. Expand very quickly. So that
mm.
was things. That another idea is about the ideology, especially so-called the socialism and the communism. I know for some people they are the same. I was laughing. I had a good laughing when people talking about the socialism and communism are the same. I was just like, no, they are totally different
Yeah.
for me. But for some people, they are the same. Well, some idea is similar, but very interesting. Exactly. Now people are worried about it because, in the United States, people vote for Trump. Because people are afraid about all the good things are given to migrant, all the good things
Yeah.
given to Ukraine, and they say we don't want the communism coming to our country. Interesting. This worry, this concern is correct, because the last time during 1860 to
Mm,
1870, that was the beginning of the communism, anarchy, and the socialism get
yeah.
expand quickly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
prepare for it.
Yeah.
Prepare for it.
Yeah. I know.
Another
Yeah. There
one
was
more. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the Communist Manifesto was written by Marx. Also, yes. Yes.
Exactly that time, and it
Yeah.
was so interesting. That was so interesting that you see in the during the election, during the United States election, people are talking about socialism is
Yeah.
communism, and you just like, I think we are going to learn a little bit more
Yeah.
about it. Another thing is very interesting is I think one thing. you will have a good laugh. It's in the society level. That was another beginning of the great danger season area. So that means
Mm.
people using drug, opium, heroin, cocaine
Yeah, that's
without
true.
consideration. Neptune in
Oh,
Aries,
oh yes.
everyone is fall on with
Oh
all those
no.
drugs. Very interesting. That was the beginning. That was
Yeah.
beginning in the 1870. So I mean, for people who want to enjoy party or take a
Mm.
so-called recreation drug, well, your season, your time is come. But for people, I think for people who doesn't really enjoy that, we should be taking into account. Are we
Mm.
going to the uncertainty will definitely make us feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But how are we going to deal with it? Are we going to back to the old way to use the material, to use the substance to numb ourselves, or
Mm.
we can be brave and use the compassion and the empathy
Mhm.
to facing the outside world allowed us to suffer a bit, to experience the people's suffering. That
Mm.
is the Piscean and Neptune energy to invite us through this uncertainty or the suffering. We will understand each other more.
Yeah,
Yes, no
that's good.
pain, no gain, no, no pain, no gain. So
Yeah.
So Terry, I want to spin on this. Do you think that despite this, all of this, we are still having Pluto in Aquarius, which is futuristic? Do you think that we're gonna maybe have an open mind and have a better vision of the future, and maybe use this, not go downwards to the drugs? Maybe we, because it's Pluto in Aquarius, maybe will. Do you think that Pluto in Aquarius will help us as humans on a personal level to find this compassion and to go to find this new society that is different than from the communist socialist or whatever that we had in the past? Do you think that we're gonna have a spin? Can we do it as individuals? What do you feel?
I think it's like it depends also. I think what level. I mean, like at the end of the day, I mean, if we think about individual level, like where is Aquarius in our charts? I mean, we have to also look into that. I mean, there might be a change. Might be kind of transformation, and there can be some like putting down the old structure and building some new things, and it can be at a like societal level, or it can be also, I mean, like it's like in the communities, etc. But which part of our life? No, I mean, like in Aquarius, in one chart, I mean, can be in the second house. Then you are talking about the, I mean, like finances, resources, and also self investment. I mean, how do I improve myself? In what which way
Mhm.
this transformation will happen to me? No, which kind of ways am I going to find? But in another chart, it can be in the fourth house. Then it becomes like your family, maybe your past, your, I mean, like home and everything. And then you have to transform your life and everything, and in a way that like you can get the best out of what Pluto will bring through Aquarius. So we also have to, I mean, like if we are looking at the individual level, okay, I mean, in mundane level, we are talking about all this technology, etc., and also the sense of community, AI, and everything coming through.
Mhm.
But in individual level, it can be different explanations, and also how it interacts with our natal charts, I think could be really
Yeah,
important,
yeah,
because where is it going to
absolutely.
touch? What is it going to trigger at the end of the day? And then we can understand, see the big
Absolutely.
picture better,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that, I think.
I was thinking, maybe this socialist, the way we understand maybe socialism, and this will be flavored with more Aquarian energy, with the
Mm,
humanity. So I feel not, back in the day it was just different, uh, Pluto in Cancer, for example, people, it was just different. So I feel that, what they felt that socialism and was with Pluto in Cancer generation is so much different than with Pluto in Aquarius generation. That's what I feel that, maybe we'll not see it. Maybe we'll see it in 50 years or so. But I do feel that we might uh, have a rebranding of socialism, let's
mm.
say. like a futuristic rebrand. That's what I'm hoping for. Like literally that. Okay, so Sandra says, "I hope empathy and compassion will prevail." We all do, Sandra. We all do. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
absolutely.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Uh, I have another question. Okay, there you go first this time. For the 2025, now we talked about, there's a change, there's shifts, we're still preparing. What do you feel is the best aspect, best thing that we can expect from 2025, and what is the most challenging one for us personally?
But when we regard all these changes,
All
etc.,
these changes,
I think
yes.
I think the nodal axis change. I think it's
Hmm.
the one of the best according to me. I think that I mean like because I think with those cardinal signs, whether it's Libra or Aries, I think there's all like go forward. Where are we going? No, it's like it's like you have to. I mean, it's a way to in a way it's like calm ourselves down, and if there's any need we can shift. No, these are mutable signs. I mean, like if this is you are not like go straight forward, this doesn't work.
Ah,
Okay, then I
mhm.
shift. I can, I mean, like both mentally, because it's a Virgo, it's more like mercurial, it's like both mentally, physically, and also I mean spiritually I can make the shift, because if the life doesn't let me go this way, then okay,
Ah,
fine, I will go that way. And I think that's a, I think, beautiful energy where we compare all this cardinal energy that is coming through. I think in that sense, I mean, like to get some part of, as Sandra is saying, like that empathy, that compassion. No, it has to come to our lives, and it has to be part of our future where we need
yeah.
to improve ourselves. I think in that sense, this nodal axis change, even it's for 18 months, right? I mean, but it's something beautiful.
But a
It can make
crucial
a lot.
18 months. Yeah, it's not in every 18 months, and it's happening at the crucial 18 months when this change is
Yes,
happening. So
exactly,
that's why.
exactly. It's. I think it's in that sense. It's really. I think. Yeah, I think if you think that Virgo and also Pisces are healers in different
Yeah,
senses, but they are healers, and also there is this all this service and everything that is involved. I think that nodal axis change. I find like
beautiful.
beautiful. I mean, it's like it's. I think it can be one of the positive things, and I think I don't like also they always ask which is the worst tarot card. I
And the
think
most
there's
the most challenging.
most
I don't use
challenging. Oh,
I don't use the worst. Just most
most,
challenging. I don't like to use this
challenging. I
bad
think
worst.
no, I got it wrong. Oh, Mercury retrograde is like
No,
that.
I'm
Our
kidding. I'm
channel
kidding.
got
I'm telling you, I'm a true optimist. I don't have this in my dictionary. I forgot about
uh,
that part of the dictionary.
no, the most challenging. I think again. I think if we think about the individual level, it, for some people, I mean, it really triggers some points, I mean, in a very challenging way in our natal charts, which means that in our basis foundation of our lives, in a way that it can go like really hard on us. But for some people, it could come like more smooth
Easy
with
going.
nice
Okay.
aspects and
So
everything.
challenge. So challenge would be to learn how to prepare for the change. So that would be kind of
Exactly. That's the challenge. I mean, like in the end, when we look at the charts, I mean, there can be lots of challenges. I mean, or
I
something
know.
like that. And what we do, it's like, okay, this is coming.
Hmm.
There can be these possibilities going on. This. Okay, these are the outcomes, possible outcomes. So how do I get prepared for
Yeah.
this? I mean, what is the best way to do? What kind of decisions can I make to make if it's very challenging? How can I make it much less challenging for my life so that I can go smoothly? That's very
Excellent.
diplomatic, no answer.
Good, good. It's a beautiful answer for a beautiful person. I hear you. You have a Pisces moon and Virgo. I get it. Ron, Ron, what do you feel?
Oh
What is
well, I have to say Terry convinced me. Terry convinced me.
Mm,
I also
mm,
agree with Terry that nodal axis shipment back to the Pisces is the best thing. My view is similar, but in my own word, I will say, um, like Jasmina says, everything is moving forward so quickly. Everything is going to change, and we have that backward forward uncertainty. But the nodal axis in the astrology, there's a word about how we grow and how
mm,
we move forward. The Pisces in nodal axis in North Node in Pisces tell us that we grow with compassion, we grow with empathy. Whole society, we are going to understand each other if we suffering, if we face the suffering too. So I think, sorry, that is the best things. Then I can answer your second question. The
the most challenging.
same. I think
This,
it's the same.
that's
I think
interesting.
it's the same because
Mm,
we nobody enjoy suffering and
yeah.
nobody enjoy uncertainty, so that's the biggest challenge. But the best things we learn through this uncertainty, we learn through this challenge. I think that's one thing is like I mean this nodal axis is prepare
Mm,
us to for everything is going to change because I let me say that the best thing if I want to say what best things would be Uranus in Gemini. To be honest, if I tell you like maybe next year AI will give you a baby, you will say not surprised. AI can do nearly everything now. So we are not surprised now. We are just like oh okay, that is a new, but I'm not surprised because we've
yeah.
been surprised for so long. But if we can grow this compassion and empathy for whole society, maybe we can avoid that
Mm,
kind of, really don't want to call it inevitable, the
yeah.
the cruel and terrible environment that a lot of people kind of expecting going to happen with so many wars between all around the world. So if we can really grow that compassion, then we can,
Mm.
help each other.
I think it's gonna. What I would, the word I would use is to relearn, because I think we forgot how to be humble.
Yeah.
uh,
Mm.
because we are also, everybody is like, what's that word in English, when everybody is entitled, everybody feels that they're entitled to
Yeah.
everything. So be humble, understanding that I think that's with sacrifice, it goes very well. So I think that's on point. I personally, I'm
Yeah.
in favor of, my favorite aspect is Jupiter in Cancer, because it's my Jupiter
Yeah.
return. That's my number one, and
Yeah.
second is, because Jupiter in Cancer loves to be in Cancer. I think it's gonna,
Yeah.
It's
it,
exalted, no? Yeah.
yeah, it's in a good place, and I think we need it after this Jupiter and in Gemini squaring the Saturn all year, with all this fake news, information, data, all this. I think we're gonna find this some kind of comfort in this
Mhm.
Jupiter in Cancer, and going back to our roots, and just feeling, maybe more at ease, and it's gonna go well with the nodes. So I think Jupiter will help give us some kind of boost in that sense. Yeah, challenging. I don't know. I feel most challenging for me is just this shift, going back. We start something and then we have to go back and revise. Like, because is everything. I think that's for me. Like for my
I
personality.
agree. I agree.
I feel that's challenging for me, because we gotta feel, oh yeah, we are going on this is a new world, we are going, and then something, oh no, you're not done, go back. Neptune, go back Saturn, go back Uranus, stop. And then I think that's going to be frustrating for many of us. I know that's just my point of view, but overall, it's going to be interesting and dynamic year ahead, right? So, uh, uh, please, if final words, say something that I didn't mention. I think we just gave a global idea, but I would like to hear your final words. And if I missed anything, if you want to say anything for next year, please.
Terry?
I don't know. I mean, I think I don't know. Maybe I should be from the ones that should be afraid, because I don't have proper fire and air in my chart, and it's like so. It's like, oh. like this. But I think it's good. I mean, if you are missing, yeah, you want the missing to come so that it can, I think, I mean, give that energy that could be missing, or you are trying to compensate all your life in a way. Maybe it can, I mean, give some kind of um, encouragement, and it can give some kind of more energy, power in the areas that you couldn't tap more. I think it's good to have that kind of, I think, missing elements, I mean, like that is coming, and then finding place in our lives in a way. I think in that sense, I mean, like, so bring it on.
Bring it on. You're ready. You're ready. And before we go to road, I just want to say hi to Misbehaving. Hi and happy birthday. Like this, I want to officially tell you she had a birthday the other day. So happy birthday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Um, excellent. That's very good. So finding the balance and bring it on and getting out of the
Yeah.
comfort zones. Excellent. Rod, what's your final words?
Well, I will say enjoy the retrograde season because from next week we have a Mars start retrograde, and
Yes.
then it's in the Leo, the fire sign, and then by the March we will have a Mercury retrograde from the fire sign to the Pisces, and we at the same time we have Venus retrograde also from Aries back to Pisces. So I would suggest we enjoy this retrograde, three personal
Uh,
planet retrograde. Invite first, find ourselves, Aries, and the Leo, find our heart. And the Venus retrograde, find what we value most, because that going to anchor us, finding the anchor during this transition. The wave come in and out. You can go with flow, enjoy, or you can find your anchor. You love most. What do you love most? What do you value most? That can help you to anchor to during this transition. And then comes to the second half part of the year, we will be ready. We will be ready. But then the first part of the year is a keep changing. The wave keep coming. Wave keep coming. So you can have two different attitudes. You can go with flow if you are used to it. If you are not ready, well, find the anchor during this, a Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, and Mars retrograde. Find your heart, find who you are, and find what you value most. That would be my kind of idea. What I'm going to do.
Yeah, so maybe we should do another one, like understanding the retrogrades and how to make best of it. I think that's gonna be in my
That
another
would be
topic.
fun.
That'll be
Mm,
fun. I know. I just
one.
yes. If you reminded me, I think I don't know. It was Rick Levine or Steve Judd. I don't want to say it wrong, but one of them said, "Not go with the flow, but flow with the go." So
Oh,
there's a go, but you need to go be in flow with it because you can't stop, right? So I thought that was because you kind of go with the flow. It's initiating. Flow with the go. It's
yes.
not. you
I
kind of need
like
to
it.
jump on the
Thank
train.
you.
Yeah, I
I
thought that was
like
I
really
it.
get
good.
it.
Yeah, I always think about that. It's like jumping on a train and it's already going. So
Oh, yes.
be careful though. Excellent. Thank you so much, both of you. What do you have? So before we go, just quickly, what do you have going on, Terry? You said you're doing your chart readings, consultations, right? And you're
Yeah,
preparing.
yes.
Do you have anything else on your agenda?
I mean, next year I think I have two talks that will go
Excellent.
in this in UK societies. So I think that would be good. I would be again talking about the decans, and yeah, I like writing.
Hmm.
Hopefully one day in the journal
Why
have
not?
some article coming out. I don't know, but it's like I like writing. So I also
Beautiful.
write in Substack. That's my actually new blog. So sometimes some ideas come to my mind. I just write it down and etc. So I like doing that as well. In the meantime, I'm studying, as I said, horary. That I'm trying to get
Good.
go through that. So it's like studying, writing, doing, working. It's like
Virgo things.
all I
Okay.
do.
Good. I love it. I love it. So thank you. So, guys, make sure that you follow the Astrological Association and Terry and Rod and to see when the conferences are. I think the one is held in late August next year, right?
Yes, in
Yes,
the
Yeah.
yes.
Nottingham. Yeah,
Yes, in Nottingham.
29th
So
of August.
yeah. Yeah, anyway, I'm planning one day I'm going to come. Anyway, Sandra said it was Rick Levine who said it. Thank you very much. And you're welcome. She says, thank you for listening. Thank you for
We
being
thank you
here. I
for listening.
appreciate.
Yeah.
Yes. And Rod, what are you having? I know you're doing a lot of talks. So tell us, and you have
Yeah.
your own conference and everything online. So tell us more, please.
Well, next year, my school, my online school, keep running the monthly webinar. So we were already 3 webinar ready. We talk about the nodal axis change from Eastern Astrology, and then Sharon and I going to give a electional astrology workshop,
Mm.
and then Alejo Lopez is going to give talking about the Neptune in Aries. Also, on my personal Instagram and TikTok, I'm prepare a series of the beginner series, but it's just like a very simple for super beginners, for super newbie, how they're going to approach the chat. I don't know why I couldn't stop thinking I want to do that.
Good.
I have this idea for 2 3 years. I just
Good.
keep thinking how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, no, 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 that's beautiful. And I tell everybody, go back to the basics. It's very
Yeah.
important
Yeah.
to go back. I always go back to the basics because you can
Yes.
never, and each astrologist has a different point of view of the each astrological placement or sign or whatever. And I always
Yeah.
like to hear other people's opinions. I mean, it's very good. It goes to, I'm going to learn I always learn something new from each one of your posts, for everybody who, just,
Oh,
oh, look, it just gives me this. Well, but I'm a true Gemini addicted to
I
astrology.
agree with you. I agree with you. Like when we read each other's blog or post, we always, oh, I didn't thinking in that way, and we
Right?
learn it again. We learn it
Very
again.
good.
That is a really, really help. I agree with you, and
Yeah.
that would be could be Jupiter still in Gemini. You
Yeah, but
know,
you also have Gemini moon like me, right? So
yeah.
you're not objective. You're not objective, Rod.
Oh, I have a bias. I have a bias.
Yeah.
Oh, may I
Uh,
say one thing? May I say one more
yes,
thing?
please.
Sorry about that. I
No
just
problem.
suddenly remember next year my book will publish. I'm going to publish my book
Wow.
Comet in Astrology. Finally going to publish. It was supposed to publish it maybe around this time, but we have a big delay. So we postpone to next year. And so looking forward.
Excellent, excellent. Congratulations on your book. That's amazing.
Comments in
Um,
astrology. Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful. I
Thank you.
watched his talk in the states that he gave. I mean, I could watch the recording, and I was like, wow, okay, that's the subject. But it's like I don't have any Gemini
I
placement,
know.
but I'm like, oh, I have to learn this. I have to learn that.
We have
Now I have to learn comments as well.
we have enough for you too, trust me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Combining. Thank you both. Also for everybody, just a quick reminder for everybody. My newsletter is coming out tonight, so you can subscribe on my website if you want. If everybody goes listen tonight. Anyway, in general, you can subscribe to my newsletter on my new website, and that's it for me. Open for consultations. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate you
Thank
coming here. It
Thank
was
you.
you
really
very much.
interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Jasmina. Bye bye.